Good morning, all of you. Students, we have completed all the topics of the chapter Motion and Time in previous classes. Today I am going to explain the answers of exercises. Exercise A is fill in the blanks. Question number 1 of exercise A is an object is said to be at rest if it dash change its position with time. All of you know that if the object does not change its position with time, then it is said to be at rest. So we will write does not in the blank. Question number 2, the SI unit of time is. The SI unit of time is seconds. A child sitting in a revolving giant wheel is an example of a, you can write circular or revolutionary motion. In question number 4, a car moving on a busy straight road is an example of, it will be non-uniform motion because the road is busy, so the motion of the car will be non-uniform motion. Question number 5. The speedometer of a motorbike measures its speed in. It measures the speed in kilometer per hour. So we'll write kilometer per hour in this blank. Now exercise B, in which we have to write true or false for the statements given. First statement is, the speed of a fast moving train is usually measured in meter per hour. It will be measured in kilometer per hour. So the statement is wrong. So we'll write false in the box. Statement number 2, the average speed remains constant for an object having a uniform motion. It is correct. So we'll write true in this box. Third one, a man walks for 1 minute at a speed of 1 meter per second along a straight track. The total distance covered by him is 1 meter. The statement is wrong because to calculate speed we have to convert 1 minute in second and then the answer will be 60 meters. So the answer is wrong and we will write false in the blank. An object moving along a straight line is said to be in uniform motion if it covers regularly increasing distances in equal intervals of time. It is correct. So we'll write true in the box. The time period of a simple pendulum that takes 42 seconds to complete 20 oscillations equals 2.1 seconds. We will calculate the time period by dividing time taken by number of oscillation, that is 42 by 20. It will be 2.1 seconds. So the answer is correct. So the statement is correct and we'll write true in the box. The distance time graph for a car kept parked on a side road is a straight line parallel to the time axis. It is correct. So we'll write true in the blank. Now question number C, in which we have to take the correct option. 4 options are given for a question and we have to choose the correct one. Question number 1, out of the following the only correct formula is. The only correct formula is distance is equal to speed into time. So we will take the option distance is equal to speed into time. In question number 2, a man walks on a straight road from his home to a market 3 km away with a speed of 6 km per hour. The time taken by the man to go from his home to market equals, now we can calculate the time by dividing distance by speed, that is 3 by 6 and it will be 1 by 2 hours, which is equal to 30 minutes. So the second option 30 minutes is correct. In question number 3, the odometer of a car reads 57,321 km when the clock shows the time as 8:30 am. The odometer reading changes to 57,336 km at time 8:50 am. The distance moved by the car in these 20 minutes equals, we can simply calculate the distance covered by finding the difference between final reading and initial reading, and it will be 15 kilometer. So the option number 1, 15 kilometer is correct. In question number 4, out of the following distance time graphs, the graph that represents a truck at rest is the graph labeled. Option number 1 is correct, in which the graph shows a line which is parallel to time axis. In question number 5, in the given diagram of a simple pendulum, the time taken by the bob to move from X to Z is T1 and from Z to O is T2. The time period of this simple pendulum is, the total time taken is 4 times T1 and 4 times T2, and to complete one oscillation, so we will divide 4 times T1 plus T2 by 1. So time period will be 4 into T1 plus T2. That is option number 4. Question number 6, the SI unit of speed is meter per second. So fourth option, meter per second, is the correct one. Now exercise D, in which we have to answer the given questions in brief. Question number 1 is, a boy walks to his school with a constant speed of 4 km per hour and reaches there in 30 minutes. Find the distance of the school from his house. Now the speed given is 4 km per hour and time taken is 30 minutes. In this question the units are different, so we will convert 30 minutes into hours and it will be half hour. Now distance is equal to speed into time. Speed is 4 km, which we multiplied by time, that is 1 by 2 hours, and the answer will be 2 km. So the distance of the school from the boy's house is 2 km. Question number 2. The distance between two stations is 216 km. A bus takes 4 hours to cover this distance. Calculate the average speed of the bus in km per hour. Now very simple, the distance is given, which is 216 km, and time is 4 hours. Speed is equal to distance by time. Distance is 216 and time is 4 hours. 216 divided by 4 is 54 and the speed is 54 km per hour. Now in question number 3, two cars A and B starting at the same time from the same point are moving with average speeds of 40 km per hour and 50 km per hour respectively in the same direction. Find how far will car B from car A after 3 hours. Now for car A, the speed is 40 km per hour and time taken is 3 hours. Now we will calculate the distance covered by car A, that is speed into time, 40 into 3, 120 km. The distance covered by car A in 3 hours is 120 km. Now for car B, the speed is 50 km per hour and time taken is 3 hours. So the distance covered by car B is speed into time, that is 50 into 3, 150 km. The distance covered by car B in 3 hours is 150 km. Now the difference between the distance covered is 150 minus 120, that is 30 km. So after 3 hours car B will be 30 km far from car A. Now question number 4. A car moves with a speed of 40 km per hour for 15 minutes and then with a speed of 60 km per hour for the next 15 minutes. Find the total distance covered by the car in these 30 minutes. Now we will calculate the distance covered by the car in both 15 minutes. In first 15 minutes, the speed is 40 km per hour and time will be 15 minutes, that is 15 divided by 60 hours, that is 1 by 4 hours. Now we'll calculate the distance, which is speed into time. 40 into 1 by 4, that is 10 kilometer in first 15 minutes. In next 15 minutes, the speed is 60 kilometer per hour and time taken is again 1 by 4 hour. So the distance covered in next 15 minutes is speed into time 60 into 1 by 4 hour, that is 15 kilometer. Now the total distance covered by the car is 10 plus 15, that is 25 kilometer in 30 minutes. Now question number 5. Define the term periodic motion. Give 2 examples of periodic motions that can be used to measure time. The motion of an object which repeats itself after a regular interval of time is known as periodic motion. The 2 examples to measure time are number 1, rotation of earth, and number 2, motion of pendulum. These are the 2 examples of periodic motion by which we can measure time. So students, we will discuss exercise E in next class. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.